All right, so we have a call on line 2. Huh. Let's see. Is this really Jett Lawrence?
Steve, what the heck? I've been waiting in the damn lobby for like at least 45 minutes now.
What?
Jett Lawrence, everybody. Calling in. I mean,
So, like,
what
I
a surprise.
now to get on your show, I don't get any more invites or nothing. I have to wait for 45 minutes just to say something on the pulp. So, like, what is this?
I thought there was a
you
pulp
kidding
ban.
me?
I thought I read on Vital there was a pulp ban. So I don't know.
I mean, I was until I had to wait 45 minutes. I've been on hold for that damn long. I mean, are you kidding me?
That's nice. Jett's calling in to thank me for my 7th place finish. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. I'm happy for Phil. I mean, the first one was a bit of a bummer because I actually found him at the end of the moto.
Yeah.
But the second one, we didn't see him. The second one, we didn't see him, and that's a good day for Phil.
Oh, I hate when it comes around and I get the blue flags. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, well.
I always make an effort of yelling at him when I go past him.
Right. Yeah, Phil said at some point in practice this year you were saying get out of the way on practice or something. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, I was yelling at him to get in B class.
Well, listen, he is a Jetson donut athlete, so I mean, right? Like you're checking on your athletes.
Yeah, it's good to see the progress live. You kind of know, like you don't really get to see your athlete on TV. I get to see him when like in practice and stuff. So I'm coming around to be like, come on, Phil. Come on, drop some seconds, mate. Like, are you kidding me? And every time we come back in the truck, and he comes in with his head down. So it's good. It's all bummed, and he's drinking some sparkling water. We're not and then Hunter and I have to pick him off the ground again. So I mean, there's ups and downs at Sponsor and Phil, but
yeah. Well, Kellen, I don't like. We've watched Jett all summer. I don't understand. It looks easy. Like Phil, just do what Jett does.
Yeah, come on, Phil, pick it up.
I'm sorry, we watched Jett all summer. Just do what Jett does. Phil?
If I have to hear that reference one more fucking time from somebody, do what Jett does, I'm gonna headbutt him. I'm fucking sick. Okay, how about we put somebody that's within a 4-second range? Like the variance, not 8 seconds, because every week it's been 7 to 8 seconds. I qualify behind Jett or even Chase, and I'm like, dude, where? I don't even understand. And then
you should have seen him at dinner the other night. We were watching the race again, and he's watching Chase out of his double, and every time he throws his hands in and looks at me, I'm like, dude, I'm about to get a headbutt soon. He's getting mad watching me do this double that I've already did, but he's looking at me right now looking like he's about to punch me.
Oh, you know what? This is actually a really, really special evening here on the show. We have the other Lawrence brother, I believe, on 4. What's up, Hunter?
Am I on?
You're on.
Oh, my goodness. About time, mate.
Oh, here we go.
No. Yeah, he's been on hold longer.
I didn't realize this many people freaking called in.
So now it's my fault. It's my fault.
Mate, I had to cancel dinner reservations. We had reservations at 8. But I've been on the caller wait line since 6:30 Florida time. So, you guys are just not even dark yet.
The Aussie brothers, big pranksters, Phil. Both of these guys. Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, well, it was more just to say good day to Phil. Big congrats on the 7th. Hope that bonus came through. I was checking Monday morning for mine. I hadn't got here yet. But, Phil, I hope yours had. And was just, Steve, don't forget to jump on the Hunter Co. It's live. Make sure you get some.
The drop has happened. Yeah.
Triple XL, mate. It's good stuff.
Wow. I'm in an XL, but that's fine. I'll take it either way. Hey, Jetson, has Phil done enough? Has Phil done enough for a 24 sponsorship? Like crashed out of Supercross. He did lead laps with a light on. There was that. Has he done enough for next year?
You better watch what
I
you
mean,
say, boy.
we're going for. Hey, what are you gonna do? You gonna hang up on me through here, Phil?
No, he's
know,
going to
what's
sign
the
with me
worst
because
you're
I'm
gonna
about to offer him some. So you better give him a pay rise because I'm about to offer him and sign him.
Oh.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, Phil has overperformed your deal you've given him on every level. So yeah, I'm looking to sign him unless you give him a raise.
Overperform.
Yeah, we're gonna give him a raise. So if he's gonna get some boosters in these things. So if he can for next year in Supercross, in outdoors, if Phil can at least finish in 7 seconds to and under in qualifying, we get a bit of a booster in there. Each second is a grand, we can say.
Phil,
I was about to offer him 10 for each second off. Because
you know it's impossible.
He's just getting older, so it's not going to be getting any easier. And let's face it, he was one of the best marketing tools.
Steve, I'm going to tell you something.
That damn Hunter Co ain't paying that.
Go ahead, Phil.
No, I walked into the Honda rig and I was like, dude, my practice this weekend was absolutely terrible. I'm like, normally I go over there and so it's like, oh yeah, qualified 14th and this and that, and I had my head down in between, tail tucked between my legs and this and that. And they're like, oh, Hunter's getting ready for his moto, they're all bullshitting and like, oh, how'd you do in practice? I'm like, I don't even want to say how I did because I'm just gonna get fucking ripped apart in here. And like Lars and Lucas and all the boys are in there, and then they're like, oh, what'd you get? I'm like, 24th, and they just fucking walked it, And I'm like, it's just it's embarrassing. But here we are. Where do we go? 10-7 for 9th. That's right, boys. We did it.
My guy's not a qualifier. No. You don't get paid to qualify, Steve.
No, he's too old. The blood is still thick in the morning. Like it needs to thin out for him before he can really get loose.
Honestly,
it's embarrassing. But yeah, on average, it's been 7 to 8 seconds every single round, all 11 rounds in each practice from Jett, Yeah. And actually, if you looked at it, it's probably 7 to 8 seconds from Hunter, and he's on a 250F too. Fuck.
Listen, Phil, I rode their bikes. Like, it ain't the bike. Like, it's good. Their bikes are great. But let me tell you, they're not holding like some sort of nitrous or some sort of secret sauce in there. I just maybe think they're better riders than you.
Hey Phil, do we need to get some? Do we need to get like contacts or something? Is our eyesight going down a bit? Do we need to get? I know my guy has some spare contacts in a toiletry bag. Do we need to get some contacts out so we can see the ruts better?
Yeah, I think I'm a bit. What is it? Nearsighted, farsighted? Yeah, it might be time. Might need some reading glasses.
So I like how Jett.
I think you're great, Phil.
I think you're great too, Philip. Yeah, I think you're great too, Philip.
It's more the personality. The guy is a battler, just a battler. But Steve, you did get to test ride our bikes, but I got a bit of a bone to pick, or not a bit of a bone. I was just kind of like, I guess I was more let down than anything, mate. You didn't jump any of the jumps at Washoe.
No, I did some, but yeah, not many.
You doubled the triple in the middle of the track.
I can attest. I almost went live because I was like, this guy is a phony. Like, this guy is a poser. I thought you would at least jump the little tabletop before the pit lane straight.
I did do that one. Not every lap, though. Yeah, no,
bro,
not that
come
one.
Come on. Yeah,
I jumped the tabletop before the sand section. I jumped the double before the sand section. I did the one by the mechanics area, but I scared the shit out of myself and only did it once.
Steven.
Yeah.
Steven.
Yep.
Stop lying. Stop lying.
Yeah, I'm super
Steven,
lying.
You owe your viewers and listeners better. You're a better person than this.
Thank
we
you.
all like you.
Thank
we
you.
like you. You don't have to push it across. We like you, Steven. Don't push it across the line.
It was, I was, oh, man. Listen, I ride a Blue Crew. I guess maybe I wasn't used to the Hondas. I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
It's okay, Steve. You can just say you don't like jumping. I don't either.
I don't like jumping either. No, jumping's scary. Yeah. Listen, first I'll start with you, Hunter. How were the nerves at Ironman? Like, how was it? Like, were you good? Like, listen, you've raced a ton. You've won a bunch. But, like, when you're actually sitting there and you have a chance to clinch a national championship, I got to feel like you didn't quite ride like yourself.
Yeah, no, nerves were okay. Like, myself, I feel fine. Like, I'm just, having a good time and stuff. The one thing which I don't think it was any different to any other race day, because it was more like I didn't eat between motos and didn't really want to be out there the second one, as you could probably tell. It's kind of weird when you wrap it up with a moto to go and then you kind of like, I don't know, I think I was like 6th in the first moto. I was just kind of racing to where Jay Coop was. Obviously seen him go down the first turn, and I knew that was the only kind of guy I really had to worry about, so just kind of bring it home at that point. But, dude, I don't think enough guys talk about how freaking difficult it is to eat on race day.
Right.
Like, it just seems like you're going to throw up. And wasn't just Ironman, it's every race day. Like, in the outdoors, it's so hot, you're running the body hard, and that's kind of probably the only thing you struggle with on race day, or I struggle with, on race day, is just eating.
Right. Phil, you have a pretty strict eating thing on race day, don't you? You told me one time about it. Like
beers and hot dogs.
I wish. I mean, maybe loosen up a little bit, Now, I eat pretty strict, but then I go in, like I said, I go into the Honda rig, and 9-10 different people have to tell Jett or Hunter to make sure they eat their sandwich. I mean, seriously, one person walks in, Jett, eat your sandwich. They walk out. 30 seconds later, another person walks in, Jett, eat your sandwich. Another person walks out. I'm like, dude, how many fucking people need to tell you eat your damn sandwich, dude? Just fucking eat it.
Dude, I'm a slow eater.
He
I'm a
forgets
slow
he has
eater,
a
okay?
sandwich every 30 seconds.
Dude, yeah, right, Hunter? I'm not exaggerating.
No, that is true.
Is he talking, or what's he doing? Like, what's stopping him? Is he not focused, or what's going on? He's not eating.
Just like all the above. Think of like a dog looking out the window and sees like 15 squirrels. And
Okay,
and then someone comes in through the front door, and then the gardener's in the backyard.
Yeah.
Mum's in the kitchen cooking, but then there's another squirrel, and it's a different colored squirrel.
Yes, got it. Jett, true story.
Yeah, I would say so.
Kellen, do you have any questions for the Lawrence brothers? Like, are we gonna be like a serious interview?
We don't have to.
I got a question for Kellen. For Kellen.
Okay. All right. What's up?
So Kellen knows I'm buddies with Cade.
Yeah.
Matherly. Is it really true that it goes off motor wins? Because everyone that I've asked in my team that stuff always sort of goes off overall wins.
Yeah, it is true, unfortunately, and I blew it. I called him as the champion when he crossed the line because I thought it was overalls as well. But no, we went into the rule book, and it is off moto wins, and he only had 6 versus 7. So, yeah.
Does this start your system?
Whoa. Are we talking?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I think that's BS.
You think it's BS?
Yeah, well...
Jett.
Oh, yeah, I think my guy won for sure. But, Phil, you can't talk because you don't know what a video game is. You had the big boxes and brick telephones back in the day. Hunter, you just work on cars. So this is Kel and I talking to you. You guys stay aside. But I'm just trying to figure out here. But if that's true, then that sucks.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean, he did a really good job of even coming back in the first place, and yeah, I was pretty bummed for him, and we interviewed him after.
Coming back in the first place, stop. I can't listen to you talk about it like it was an actual season. Stop it. This is disrespectful. Come on.
No, I'm trying to figure out
talking about. Oh, he
you can go away and wait the whole thing.
Strong and faced adversity.
Yeah, he faced adversity.
Yes,
thumb hurt. It faced adversity.
Oh, jeez, give it a break.
I don't know what you guys
had
did.
a better comeback than you did, Hunter, on the first moto.
Jesus.
Let alone the second one.
Not possible.
So can we ask a serious question, Jett, about this, or do you just want to bag on Phil some more?
Yeah, we can. I don't know. That was my question.
Okay.
I didn't have any questions.
Okay, my question. Now that it's over and you went undefeated, pretty good year, not too bad. You badly wanted to be undefeated, didn't you? You were telling everybody you didn't care, but you badly wanted to go undefeated about probably Moto 6 on.
I would. Yeah, I mean, it's. I would say so. Yeah, because mentally, yes, I wanted. That was the goal. But if I lost it, it was just kind of the situation I'm in. If I'm in a good situation, yeah, I'm trying to go for a perfect season.
Sure.
But as soon as it got to a point where I either have to ride over my head or anything crazy where it's just like that if the track's not really suitable for my speed, where it doesn't hold my speed, and so then it's just more of a okay, yeah, we'll just pack it up for whatever position I'm in. I mean, I'm in second or third or whatever that position is. I'll be fine with that. But if we were good, we're trying to go for it. And thankfully enough, I was always in a pretty decent position and was able to capitalize on any mistakes other riders made or just whatever situation I was in. I was always able to come out top, which is pretty good. But obviously in your head as a rider, you got to be confident in yourself, and obviously that was the high goal I set after the first 6 months. And I would say after the kind of staying undefeated for the first 4 rounds, I was kind of like, all right, let's just go for it. I think if we get it, that's sick. I get to have my name up there with James and Ricky Carmichael, which is an honor. But if not, I mean, hey, I still feel like it's a positive thing. I went undefeated for that many rounds, so I think it was a positive no matter what happened. I mean, if I would have lost at the last round, I probably would have stung a bit more than losing it with only 11 races in race wins or something like that. But I was definitely set.
And then my serious question for Hunter, and then we can bag on Phil after. Actually, I have an idea for Phil. My serious question for Hunter is, I heard about halfway through the year, you weren't really practicing much. You had the rib injury. You re-injured it again. You weren't practicing much. How hard was that, and how true was it that you weren't really practicing much because of being banged up?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough. I mean, everyone in my corner can attest for it being true. You know, Dr. G is probably the best guy to ask. But yeah, the first 4 rounds when we were based out in California, I think I probably rode for a total lapse time 15 minutes maybe at Lake Elsinore, and just did starts while I was in California for those first 4 rounds. Then when we come back, they had the 2 weeks before Redbud, which we actually got to ride and train. And then after Redbud, for the next 3, it was the same thing, ride 1 day during the week, and it was start practice and a few laps, try not to agitate it and make it worse, because obviously it hurt a lot. And then obviously the 2 weeks after Washougal was really good. It was really good to get them going, but funnily enough, no one really knows. We were testing during that 2-weekend break, and we had an engine failure on the lip of a tabletop, and doing engine testing stuff, and I went flying through the air on one of our biggest tabletops, and thankfully, miraculously, rolled out of it, and just with a sore back. So that was kind of a bit of a scare in that time, and thankfully on that crash I didn't re-injure my ribs somehow, so that was kind of like a miracle, and then obviously was able to do what I needed to do the last 3 rounds.
Yeah, okay. Wow, some adversity, definitely. More than what we know. So, okay.
But Steve, before we go, Steve, ask Jett who ruined his undefeated streak on Sunday just recently.
Oh, on golf, or what are we talking? Jett, what are we talking?
Just ask Jett.
He's still go-kart, but you know how that is, Phil, and Steve. It literally, when you go to a public...
we're already starting with the excuses. Just tell us why you lost and who beat you.
Well, I'm telling you why I lost. Because my cart was garbage. I think I could have cycled around the thing faster. I mean, I ran around faster than my go-kart.
That is the problem with go-karts. Is sometimes you get a shitty one.
See?
So it is a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
It is.
And I mean, I had my very first one was the best. It was at least fast enough, but we just didn't have any brakes, but we don't use them anyways. And then every round after that, I just had terrible ones. So I ended up lining up in the race 7th. And then Hunter had a bad one also on the main, but he started P1 because he had a good time. Because he had good karts in the other ones that kept him up there. So he could obviously ride defensive and not get past, blah, blah, blah. I'm back there, and I just end up I just went, screw this. We'll start a pile up here. Maybe.
Oh, you're that guy.
Pile up there. Yeah, I ended up turning that guy. I already accepted defeat as the line. I was like, before the flag even went, to be honest, I'm like, I felt as soon as we left the line, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm done.
Oh, shit.
So
yeah, well, you know what, Jett? Yeah, I mean, look, you can't win all the time, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, for HJ for going 5'10" or 5'12", whatever he did on the weekend, I mean, you have to take the small things in life and small wins. So, I mean, that's good for his confidence.
Phil, actually Hunter, so next year, our buddy Phil here, he's old as shit. He's like, riding 250 Supercross again. Phil, how's those contract talks going with the club? Are we signed up, or what's the update lately?
No, not signed up yet. I don't know. We're waiting to see. I don't know. I thought I did a good enough job at Ironman, but no, still waiting in the wing. Everybody else is good to go except for me.
Hunter, can we get Phil at the compound and up his Supercross game?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's go to the compound and be 4 seconds a lap off in Supercross. Sick.
Dazzy can help you. Dazzy will work with you.
Yeah, we'll get you dialed in, mate. Hey, who said they can't teach old dogs new tricks?
Shut up, Jett. Peckerhead. I'm ready.
That's super weird that you talk to your sponsor like that, Phil. It's super weird.
Just think, every time he comes around the lap meet, I get the blue flag, and he's just like, "Yep, that was money wasted." That's my investment right there.
Listen, he needs the write-offs, Phil. He needs the write-offs. It's fine.
Yeah.
But hey, I look at the small things, the small positive things. Okay, it only took me 13 laps to get him. But then some motos, I don't even get him. I don't see Phil or moto. He's up there battling. So then I'm even happier because my guy did good. So my investment does good.
Yeah.
But then
right.
When we see the camera stuff, we're like, okay, we're going to get some brand in here, but then we just get car sickness down to the handlebars. So.
And Hunter
wasn't so good. I didn't know I had to put Jetson donuts on his crotch at all.
Yeah, the camera. I made a joke that if you ever want to know what it was like to 69, number 69, that's what it would have been like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
POV.
That marketing spot in the crotch area is open for sponsorship. I'm going to sell that.
Hunter Co. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Hunter Co.
Yep.
I'm in.
And Hunter, how happy are you that you don't have to deal with Phil in the SMX races? I mean, he's 450 guy now for the SMX LCQs.
What do you mean? I don't have to deal with him?
Well, because he's 450 now, not 250.
Yeah, I don't race Hunter.
I know.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he was 250 in Supercross.
Yeah. So he's now away from you, which I'm sure gives you a little bit of relief.
I don't ever really look at it like I have to deal with Phil. It's more like I get to hang with Phil. That's more of a positive thing. So I don't know. I miss him.
That's why Hunter and I click, and I don't like Jett.
Right.
That's just like the sidekick. That's the nuisance.
Yeah,
Hunter
Phil,
vibe.
You never liked me from the get-go just because I'm younger.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why you don't like me is because how young I am, and you just. Anything I do frustrates you. I'm sitting there breathing and it frustrates you.
Not how young you are. Dumb, yes. Young, no. There's a big difference. But it's all right. But send over we need to work on our 24 contract, and I can do the Hunter's deal with Hunter Co. on my crotch area, and we'll go from there. But I am bummed that we ran a backwards camera on my fender, and we didn't get Jett behind me. For once in the whole entire season, not one time did we get a camera behind me.
It's a good point. Yeah, it's a great point.
That's a good point. Buds, I was behind you, but
yeah, you were. That's right.
That was a first.
That was a first.
Shut up, dude.
Hey, I got to see the helmet branding as I went by, so I was happy. I'm like, come on, Phil. Let's hook on here.
Come on, Phil.
Throw out the tow rope.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, buddy. Let's get going here. And I look back and where'd he go?
we did have one issue that was kind of serious. I actually was a little skeptical of in Southwick when my foot did get stuck in your wheel. I was a bit freaked out about that because then you're out riding after that, and I'm like, fuck, man, my boot was literally just lodged in his chain in his sprocket. I mean, now he's out there shredding on Southwick.
Yeah, on the stop, I remember that. That was a whole mess up, that one.
Yeah.
I couldn't know how that happened.
Imagine if your sponsored rider was responsible for ruining the perfect season.
Right?
Jesus, Phil.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That would have been deadly.
Hey boys, we gotta run. But Phil, thanks for getting these guys in to call in. I think it's going to be a weekly spot, is what you said, Phil, every week?
Yeah, we can work that into the Jets and Donuts contract as well.
Yeah, both Lawrence brothers calling in every single Monday sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, boys?
Well, I mean, if we're talking that now, I mean, I know we waited Hunter was waiting since 6:30, then he was complaining and told me, so then I was waiting for 45 minutes. I mean,
oh Jesus!
we'll have to work out a bit of a cut here because that's taking out of some of our personal time.
What do you guys have to do? You guys have nothing going on.
Yeah, Jet's gaming. He's playing Candy Crush right now. Anyway, he's fucking doing nothing.
I am so doing something. I'm either cycling or
cycling.
I do other stuff.
Hunter, big cycle guy there, your brother?
Dude.
Yeah. He turned into a butt dart enthusiast.
Yeah, I bet. Just at the gym all the time. I get it. I understand. I can feel this. I can feel your pain. I'm there too with you. So, but yeah, really cool you guys to call in. That's awesome. That's great. I appreciate it. I'm stoked you guys came on the show. And then, good luck at SMX. We'll see you in a couple of weeks. Are we excited for SMX? Like, what's the temperature like? I mean, there's a lot of money up for grabs. Are we excited?
I mean, holiday would be nice.
Right.
No. I mean, but
$1 million sounds nice too.
We can. It does sound very nice, and I know Phil wants me to do that because if we have a good chance of winning, that does go towards his bonuses and Jets and Donuts. So
now,
sadly, I don't want Phil to kick my ass, so I have to train and race that.
If Jett keeps winning, does it count as undefeated still? Do we keep adding it up? I don't think we do, but maybe a case can be made like he went 20. Say he wins both motos, and then it's 24-0, then 26-0. 28.
Nah, you got to keep it like that's got to be an asterisk for SMX. It's kind of like it's just strictly undefeated in outdoors, and then we go back to outdoors, and then that continues. It's like SMX is a clean slate. You know what I mean? So I don't. You can't do it like that. I don't think anyway.
Yeah. Right. I think he's right about that. We keep it like this.
Right, we keep it going. And Hunter, SMX, no. Excited?
No, it'll be good, mate. It'll be good.
Okay.
It's kind of like I'm interested to see. I think everyone's just more interested to see what it's going to be like, right?
Yeah.
It's such an unknown, obviously. The other series just kind of fizzled out by the looks of it, and it's kind of like, it's not looking like what it was planned out to be. So I think everyone's kind of now all eyes on this to see how this pans out,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think it'd be interesting. 2 20-minute motos, no whoops, hybrid track. I'm a little skeptical in the hybrid track stuff, but we'll see. See how it goes. I don't know.
Phil's pumped about the no whoops.
Yeah, Phil's happy. Yeah.
I'm fucking good with whoops. I don't like 3 ins.
Are you sure about that?
Sure.
Well, hey, we got a big stadium, so you can get a run up for you.
Yeah,
we'll have a Phil line instead of a Joker lane. It's like a Phil line.
Phil line,
Berman.
Yeah.
I was already looking at the finish line today on Soupy. I'm like, fuck.
Stressed about the finish line.
Oh my god.
That's great. All right, Phil, stay on the line. We're going to do the X Brown Goggle Tear-Offs with you. This is what we originally had planned before we knew the Lawrence brothers were calling in. And before we go, Hunter, can you break news on the show here and tell us who the third member of Aussie Des Nations is?
I can't. I don't know if it's been announced yet, and they said it's confidential in the email.
Yeah, it hasn't been announced yet. Can you just say it, though, on the show? No one listens.
Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah. Yeah. Is it?
I don't know.
Hold on, Hunter's texting somebody right now to get approval.
Don't put this on me. It's Monday.
Is it Brett Metcalf?
I'm not trying to cause any more chaos.
It's not even Monday.
It's Michael Byrne? Oh, wow.
Michael Byrne's filling in. We still got 5 weeks. It's Michael Byrne. He's training. He was riding today. He looks great.
Michael Byrne making a comeback.
Off the couch for 6 months. He did 330s today.
Nice. Good to hear. Hunter, Jett, thank you, boys. I appreciate the time tonight. Nice to hear your voices on the show again. Thank you very much, and we will see you guys in Charlotte, man. Thanks, boys.
Thank you, boys. Have a good one. We'll see you soon.
All right, see you.
Thanks for finally letting us come on now. So,
all right.
We'll see you guys later.
Thanks,
Phil,
Jett.
train your ass off, okay? Gosh.